Aston Villa 2. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the United Spurs of America podcast with your boys Michael Ramirez and Jacob Walraven.
Hey, hey, how you
Hey,
doing? How you doing?
how are you doing, Jacob?
Oh man, you know, there was
Besides wanting to kill yourself because our Lord and Savior Harry Kane is about to leave us this summer.
about 8, 9 minutes after kickoff. I was so happy because seeing the lineup, I think I texted the group like just so excited to see Bergwijn, Tanganga. These are things I've been asking for. And then Bergwijn is, inevitably the best player out there on the pitch. Um, So I'm heartbroken for Jaffet. I feel like there was good things, but mostly bad things in this game, and sad things, bad things and sad things. So I'm okay.
Tanganga suffers an ankle injury.
Or
And
knee. I think it was
possibly,
knee and
you think it was
ankle. It
knee?
got rolled up
Dude,
on pretty
leg
nasty.
injury, man. He has just been so unlucky with injuries. So you have Tanganga out of the match in the second half with an injury, a leg
Hmm.
injury. Could possibly be Harry Kane's last game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Um,
The look in his
Harry
face.
Winks started over Tanguy and Ndombele, and Ndombele
Question.
just seems to not be able to catch a place in the starting 11 if he were at sea. Like,
Hmm.
it is ridiculous, man. The team selection was questionable today. Bale and Lo Celso out for Harry Winks and Steven Bergwijn that Jacob had already mentioned. I like the Bergwijn change, but dude, you have Tanguy and Ndombele, Giovanni Lo Celso, even an unfit Giovanni Lo Celso. Um, and yeah,
Yeah.
Harry Winks starts and meh. But ultimately, man,
Not
like
good, actually. I would say not good. Harry Winks was not good. Eric Dyer was not
he's
good.
usually not good. So I guess we could start off with the players that I am not embarrassed to be on our team today. Hyunmin Son, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, and Gareth Bale. Those are the only players who saluted our fans after the game and did the lap of honor in front of our 10,000 fans. Imagine paying money to go to a game and the majority of the players don't appreciate the effort that you made to go out there and support.
And from what it sounds like,
It
spent
is
quite a bit of amount of money on tickets. So
yep. It's
I,
embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing.
mhm.
Daniel Levy's sitting up there perched in his suite and he couldn't give a rat's ass, dude. That our fans were booing him, that our fans were booing the team at the full-time whistle. If I was there, I would have booed him too. It
Yeah.
is embarrassing.
Then Boo
This
stopped
club
real quick
is
when Harry came by.
embarrassing. You have you joined a super league that the entire fan base of football, the sport of football,
Hmm.
absolutely despised, including us. And now we're not even going to make Europa League, but we're supposed to be a super club according to Daniel Levy. And we can't keep our best player after this summer because, understandably, he wants to win trophies. He's not going to get him here. Definitely not going to get him here anytime soon.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just disappointed, man. Honestly, I'm disappointed. This is the lowest point I have seen the club since I became a fan in 2014. This is the darkest time for me as a fan. It's embarrassing.
It's understandable. It's understandable, especially seeing Harry Kane's face uh, at when he did the lap there. I was sitting there watching it, and it
You
it,
can't help but think it was his final. Like after seeing
it
that, you
looked,
can't help
yeah,
but think that it's his final game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium,
correct,
playing for
correct.
playing for Tottenham Hotspur Stadium FC, because that's all Daniel Levy cares about is that stupid fucking stadium.
That's
I
all.
still I still wish we were at White Hart Lane. I wish we never moved to that stadium. That stadium is the reason we didn't spend a pound, a dollar, a euro, whatever you want. Didn't spend a single amount of money the summer following a second place finish in the Premier League. If you're in second place, it means you're not quite good enough to win the league yet. You probably need one or two good reinforcements, you would think, right?
Hmm.
Nah. Nah, we're going to save money for our new stadium that we're building. So we're not going to spend anything. It's just embarrassing. Ryan Mason's team selections were embarrassing. Eric Dyer starts again, has another howler of a game.
Horrible.
Harry Winks
Horrible.
starts over Ndombele when in the last 10 minutes Ndombele was creating chances.
Man, he danced around more people than Harry Wings did all day. That's just plain and simple. I mean, the fact that Tanguy and Dombele hasn't seen, I think it was what, one start in the last
No,
5 games.
he hasn't started
I
under
think that
Ryan
was the
Mason yet.
first. I think the first game under Ryan Mason he started because
He
he
might
went
have, but
he went with like a very
it's
similar
just
Jose lineup.
it's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's
Yep.
it's just embarrassing. So like I said earlier in the pod, only what did I say? Four players clap clap to the fans and showed them some appreciation today. Everyone else went straight down the tunnel. And then apparently the PA announcer over the PA system um, says that the fans will be back out in a few minutes, or excuse me, the players will be back out for the fans in a few minutes. And they apparently they wait there for like half an hour, longer than that. And then the announcer comes on the microphone once again. Please stay socially distant while you exit the stadium. Thank you for your support today.
Wow.
It's
That's new to me.
embarrassing, dude. It's embarrassing.
That's horrible.
It's embarrassing.
Tin
And
Pot Club.
Couldn't Daniel Levy couldn't care. I guarantee you he didn't care. He got his money from the game. He
Um,
finally has fans in his stadium. He finally has money coming in that's not driven from on the field performance, and he's still rich at the end of the day. So why should he care?
it's a great question. I think it's.
How did we get to this point, man? Like first place in what, November of this season, looking like a team that could. I never really considered us in the title race, to be honest, man, because I just know our DNA and I know the way we always finish out seasons. But obviously we're pushing for a title challenge at the begin at the front end or the back end of the first half of the season,
Mhm.
and then after January it just all falls apart
It's really unfortunate because we were top of the league. In my opinion, I felt like why couldn't we win the league, quite frankly. It's
because Eric
interesting.
Dyer starts at center back, because we didn't buy a world class
Sanchez.
center back this summer. We bought Joe Roden, who doesn't even get game time these days.
We bought Matt.
We bought Matt Doherty.
I was about
We
to
bought
say that was
Doughboy.
exactly
We
where I
spent
was
money on
going.
Doughboy
Uh,
instead of saving up for a better center back.
how is it everyone that every time he plays, the announcers, they always talk about how, well, he just hasn't been able to create the magic he created when he was in a Wolf shirt. Like,
Yeah, because he doesn't play for a mid table. Well, actually, yeah, he does play for a mid table side, but you know what I mean. He doesn't play for a worse mid table side.
bro, he's ass, but he was better than Dyer today.
If I see Dyer start one more time for my club, I'm gonna lose it.
I've said several times on this
If he
pod.
is if he is not sold this summer, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, man. What were you gonna
He
say?
might go to Roma, I heard.
I hope he
Fucking,
does. I don't care, dude. Just take
could you
him.
imagine Dyer
Just sell
playing
him for
next to Brian
nothing.
Reynolds?
I'll give him away for free. I don't care.
Okay,
Get
but
him out of my club.
real quick,
He's
just
worth
imagine
what? If we're being real right now, what is Eric Dyer's value? 15 mil maybe?
negative
I wouldn't
15.
spend more than 15 mil.
Negative 15.
Yeah, negative 15 mil.
I'll pay you 15 million to take this man.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's just gonna be a sad episode on the pod today. Um, because what else is there to talk about? Let's go ahead and get into Harry Kane, Jacob. I
Mhm.
don't even want to talk about man of the match today. I am I'm just embarrassed. But let's talk about Harry Kane. Obviously, there's transfer speculation right now whether or not he's going to be at the club next season. Um, interest from Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea, apparently. According to Fabrizio Romano, which is the one transfer news source I trust, he wants to leave, hasn't submitted an official transfer request yet. Daniel Levy has no intention to sell him, and I expect what 150 mil demanded by Levy for Harry Kane.
Hmm.
Probably nothing less.
The man's
It,
worth
it
it.
just
I'll put it
it
that way.
oh he's worth it. And we were talking about this right before the pod, and obviously we've mentioned it before. He's arguably the best striker in the world. He's the best striker in England for sure, but I'd still personally take him over Robert Lewandowski. But and we're
I'm,
about to lose him, man. Like
he's gone. He's gone,
if
man.
we couldn't replace Gareth Bale after 2013 with all that money we got for him, the only decent player we got was Eriksson, and then like sort of Lamella, but he's always hurt or inconsistent. So we have what, two Rabona goals and Christian Eriksen. That's what we got with the
How did,
Gareth Bale money.
real quick, side note, how did you just literally read my mind right before you said the
Two
Rabona
Rabonas,
goals?
bro.
I was about to be like, hey, he did give us
That's
two
all we got.
Rabonas.
That's all we got.
I mean, they were
What
nice.
makes what makes you think that Daniel Levy's going to be smart with this money if he wasn't smart with the Gareth Bale money?
Oh, you know how smart he's going to be with it? He's going to be investing in his pocket. That's how smart he's going to be with that money, if he's even sold. Don't we have another 2 years of Harry Kane contract?
3 years.
3 years.
Next
So
summer it would be 2 years.
it's not like Levy's back is up against the wall yet because there hasn't been an official transfer request. I feel like there would have to be a major falling out between Harry Kane and Tottenham Hotspur in order for him to force a transfer that is not the price that Levy is looking for. Um, I don't want to see him go. I don't buy a lot into the he said, she said whenever they're kind of like, agent said this to so and so, or someone said this to so and so. To me, um, what's the best way to put this? To me, I don't listen to the he said, she said, plain and simple. I like to see people's eyes and their body language. That kind of tells me what I'm looking for, right? So
Yeah.
it didn't really hit me until um, seeing Harry Kane after the match, clapping for the fans, those fucking extreme close-ups that they did. I loved him because I mean, that's the last time I get to see him at that stadium. That's very unfortunate. It's not a good way to go out. Hopefully, against Leicester, he bags like a hat for, takes a golden boot, and then does whatever Harry Kane wants. Because at the end of the day, he deserves that. And I think any any fan would say the same thing, if not something to a greater effect. But either way, you know, hats off to the man. I salute him. Forever the number 10 in my heart. I wonder who will wear the jersey next. That's the only thing I can think of, if it is true. Will they be like Harry Kane?
I have been a Tottenham fan since 2014, going on 7 seasons now. Um, Harry Kane is my favorite player in the world. Um, Bottom line. He helped me fall in love with soccer back in the day when I was in high school. Um, I'll never forget the New Year's Day match against Chelsea in 2015, um, where he just absolutely destroyed Jose Mourinho's Chelsea, who were coming off of, I believe they were coming off of a title-winning season in the Premier League. They were the defending champions. They came to White Hart Lane, obviously the favorites. They scored first. We go on to win 5-3 with Harry Kane leading the line. And I think that was pretty much the start of the rise of Tottenham and also um, the brilliance of Harry Kane. And I honestly, man, when the full time whistle blew today, I was at my desk at work and I was on social media, and all I could think about was that day, to be honest, where I truly fell in love with Tottenham. And the reason why I was thinking about it was just thinking about how far we've fallen from peak Pochettino years to where we are now, and we're about to lose the best, in my opinion, the best player to ever grace this club. You can give me Bill Nicholson or any of the other greats before obviously our time, before we were born, but I didn't get to see him. But I know damn well I got to see the best player for sure of this generation in a Tottenham shirt. Um, and it's just sad, man. It's really, really sad because I felt for him when I saw the video of him um thanking the fans and doing the lap of honor. I felt for him because it just sort of felt like he was telling the fans that he tried his best
Mhm.
to bring us glory, and he couldn't. And to be fair, we failed him just as much as just everyone failed each other at the club. This club failed Harry Kane. Daniel Levy has failed Harry Kane, just like he failed Mauricio Pochettino. Just like in my opinion, he failed Jose Mourinho. Um, it sucks. It really does.
I feel for you, man. I mean, I think everyone's kind of feeling that, right? The feeling of like, where do we go from here, right? I mean,
That's the question of the day, dude.
West Ham's
That
gonna
is the
finish
question of the
above
day.
us in the top in the tables, and that's sad. Leicester City's a bigger club. I mean, they've won the title in the past 20 years. Let's put it that way. Um,
Yep.
they're gonna finish above us like they did last year. Um, you know, I don't know necessarily what's gonna happen next. Like I said, I try not to speculate too much. But yeah, I think that we're going to see a domino effect from this. I think that when Harry Kane, if this is all true and Harry Kane leaves, right? I think that um, players like Heung-min Son, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Gareth Bale's definitely not going to stay now. Um,
He's gone.
Hugo Lloris, when you think about these bigger players, I think they're going to see this in like the greatest Tottenham, right? The greatest one. He, you know, he walked away. So why wouldn't they? Plain and simple. I guess it's a
Came
long.
you really it's such a shame because he literally represents Tottenham. He came through the academy. He cracked through into the first team. He had a brilliant breakout season. Won the Golden Boot multiple times. Carried us, helped us get a third place, second place, um, third place finishes 3 seasons in a row. Top four for 4 seasons in a row. It sucks because, like you said, Jacob, like you asked, where do we go from here? Obviously, if we do end up selling him, we're going to have a shitload of money, but
I mean, do you even trust this team to use that money appropriately to give us a chance for any
absolutely
success?
not. Absolutely not.
I mean, time and time again, they've proved that that they don't think about football. I guess they're not football minds. You know what I mean?
If you get 150 million pounds for Harry Kane, you got to go for Erling Haaland or someone. But is he is he going to come to Tottenham? Probably not. Why would he want to come to Tottenham when he has Real Madrid and the elites of the elites of club football wanting him? Like,
Hmm.
why come to Tottenham? We're not going to have European football next season. What's the point? So, I don't know. Like, what are the goals of the 2021-2022 season at this point? An FA Cup or a Carabao Cup?
The way it feels, I'm gonna say don't
I
get
guess.
relegated. If Harry Kane leaves, all I gotta say is just don't
We're
get
we're
relegated.
we're a mid to lower table side without Harry Kane. I mean, obviously we still have Hyunmin Son. Like, don't get me wrong, we're not losing the entire team, but we're losing our best player. We're losing our best creator and our best goal scorer. That is that's tough. We never replaced Gareth Bale. We never replaced Musa Dembele. We never replaced Christian Eriksen, and we never replaced Jan Vertonghen. We never replaced Kyle Walker when he left. How are we going to replace Harry Kane if we can't replace a right back or a center back or a midfielder? How are we gonna replace our starting striker? That's why I say no to your question, Jacob. I don't have any faith that this club is going to spend that money wisely. It's dark times, man. Dark
True.
times.
Truly, it truly is. I mean, uh, it's hard. I'm an optimist, you know. I try to always look at the glass half full, so to speak.
Yeah, at least we
Um,
have 10 other starters that are probably going to return next season. That's the glass half full.
yeah,
Unless
he-
Hugo leaves. Like, dude, Hugo doesn't
Hugo,
deserve this either, man.
he's a
He's
World
won a
Cup.
World Cup. He should have like 4 Premier League trophies by now. It's ridiculous. He deserves to have multiple Premier League trophies.
He's a
FA
fantastic keeper.
Cups, Carabao Cups, like
Well, what are you looking forward to away at Leicester?
this season ending. Like honest to God, no, all jokes aside, this season ending. I'm tired of it. Let's just get this game out of the way on Sunday. Lose to Leicester like 3-0, and we'll watch the Euros in June. And
At
then
least we
after
got
they're done, we'll say goodbye to Harry Kane.
at least we got the Euros, right? We got some football to look forward to.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, I mean, speaking of the Euros, Musa Dembele, or excuse me, not Musa Dembele, Musa Sissoko, and Hugo Lloris making the French squad. Toby Alderweireld making the Belgian squad. So yeah, we do have some football to look forward to. Obviously, Euros are going to be exciting, but I can't help but think that the entire time, the only thing that I'm going to have in my head, especially when we watch England play, is that's probably our player at the end of the summer, as he's probably going to win the golden in the Euros. England probably won't win it all, but he has a good shot of winning the Golden Boot.
I hope he does.
Yeah, I hope he does too, and I hope he wins the Euros. He deserves it.
I hope he does as
He
well.
deserves something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already mentioned it, Jacob. Leicester City next on Sunday, last match of the season. They're coming off of a loss against Chelsea. I believe they might play tomorrow. I forget. But anyways, obviously they're coming off of a FA Cup victory. Their first FA Cup in club history. So we're gonna get smacked. There's no doubt in my mind that we're gonna get smacked. Harry Winks is probably right. Well, Giovanni Lo Celso is now rested, so Lo Celso will come back in, Bale will come back in, and then Dyer will still be starting probably.
Likely, very likely.
Dyer hasn't deserved a start since like February, and he still starts for this club. That is ridiculous.
The last good thing Eric Dyer did was Dookie man of the match.
Yeah, in the
That's
Carabao Cup.
that's the last thing. And we beat Chelsea at that point, and then we shortly after that got top of the league. So it, I wouldn't say it was a fun ride, but this season has definitely been a ride.
Dog, what was Sergio Reguilon doing? What was Reggie doing on that own goal?
Bro, if he could hit the ball like that, but in the opponent's net, he'd be world class. I mean, that was fucking top
Is
shelf.
he
No way
is
Hugo
his
saves
weak
that,
foot really that bad? Because I was with his right. Is his weak foot really that bad?
bro. He banged it in there. He banged it the fuck in there.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
And Ollie Watkins, I mean, hey, maybe we bring Ollie Watkins in. That's a good young lad who's nowhere near Harry Kane, Um, maybe
I've seen Ivan Toney, the striker from Brentford, who's having a really good season in the championship.
I, I'm actually a really big Tony fan, believe it or not.
I've also seen what's his name? From Frankfurt. What's his name, man? I'm just having a brain fart right now. Andre Silva of Frankfurt. Um, I've seen him linked to Tottenham as well.
Real quick, who are you hoping wins the last spot there for promotion?
That's a good question.
I'm going for either
I
Swansea
I
or
mean,
Brentford.
obviously, obviously Oliver Skip's Norwich City are coming up.
They won it already. It's been a
Yeah, they
wrap.
already won it. Watford's coming up too. Um,
Same two teams. They were also relegated last year. AFC
I'd
Bournemouth
like
has
to
a
see.
chance.
I'd like to see. Well, honestly, man, it. I was gonna say I'd like to see Brentford, but if Brentford get promoted, then that means if we do end up trying to go for Tony, he's going to be more expensive because now he's going to play for a Premier League club, and they have a reason to keep him now. So
So go Swansea.
up the Swans, I
Up
guess.
the Swan.
I guess they're probably better than Tottenham right now, dude.
Bro, Joey Rodon's going back home to Swansea and he's like, let's fuck up Tottenham. I know their defense is shit. I'll score a banger.
Well, my friend, it was a very, very sad day, like we've already said. Do you have any final thoughts?
Come on, you
Any?
Spurs. Come the fuck on, you Spurs. Please. Oh
Keep saying that, man. Maybe one day it'll make a
my.
difference.
Hey,
I've been trying that for 7 years, and
season two. It starts over, baby. I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna start up that groovy buzz, and we're gonna get going, rolling to a title. Next year's the year. Fuck it. That's the only attitude I can have is we're gonna win it. My wife shakes her head every time. When I told her yesterday that was official, no Champions League, no top four, she was like, "We've been knowing that. Like, what are you talking about?" She's like,
yeah,
so the expectations are low, which can be a good thing, you know. If the expectations are so low and you do mediocre, it might be like, I mean, what were the expectations for Leeds United coming in? I remember watching the documentary and fans from Yorkshire were saying
they
it
had
would be
just gotten promoted.
it would be a successful season if they were middle of the table.
I
Right
would
now
say it's a successful season for
they're in the
Leeds right
top
now.
half. Yeah, it's a hugely successful season for them. Um, so you know, that's my only hope is that, low expectations breed higher results or higher, happier results.
Yeah, man. We'll see who the manager comes in. Obviously, this team is going to be heavily influenced, and like the transfer moves this summer are going to be heavily influenced by whichever manager comes in next. But there's a lot of deadwood in this club right now that needs to go, frankly. And I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. Um, God, and then Tanganga got hurt today, man. Oh my God.
Prayers and
Our
thoughts, man.
best, our best right back.
Yeah, best right back for sure.
He needs to be starting next season. If you sell Doughboy and Aurier this summer, in my opinion, you bring in Max Aarons from Norwich,
Yes.
and you have him and Tanganga fight for that starting right back spot. You bring Oliver Skip back. You play him alongside Hoybier, and then you play Ndombele at the 10. If you don't sign a world class striker,
Where's
Son
that
up
leave?
top, Delhi on the left, I
I was
guess.
gonna ask, where do you put Delhi at that point?
Embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. All right,
Well,
my friend. Well, I mean, you already said it. Come on, you Spurs, I
come
guess.
on.
I
Come
guess.
come
I
on.
hate this club so much, but they always draw me back in every season.
I might have to change my signature sign off to hey, come on. Come on, you Spurs.
I guess. Come
Yeah,
on, you
come
Spurs. I
on.
guess.
Maybe. 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 It's the hope that kills you.
It really is. Every single season, I have the highest hopes, and my dreams always get crushed.
Well, at
Anyways,
least
thank you guys so much for listening to another edition of the United Spurs of America podcast. As always, appreciate the support on social media. Thank you guys for continuing to listen to us week in and week out. We apologize we couldn't bring you a pod due to logistical difficulties and scheduling conflicts, but uh, it's not the way we wanted to come back after missing out on one game, but it is what it is. So one more, like I said, hey, the good thing about this weekend is that is the last time that I get to watch Tottenham this season, and we can just scratch it, move on, and hopefully Daniel Levy will not be our involved in the club anymore after this season ends. But yeah,
fingers
that's not going to
crossed.
happen. Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to another epi. Really do appreciate the support. We'll bring you guys an update on our mental state and our and just our crushed hearts and dreams and hopes after we lose to Leicester on Sunday. Um, Jacob, any parting words?
I'm just gonna sign off with this that you said we would beat Aston Villa very easy, if I recall correct, and we lost. So now that you're saying we're gonna go get stomped by Leicester, I'm gonna say, you're wrong.
I hope so, my friend.
Harry
Um,
Kane's gonna fucking hat four. Let's go.
we'll see. His final game for Tottenham Hotspur potentially. Until next time, guys. We'll see you later.